Another video on Russia, Ukraine, this time from the Western perspective, in this case from America. Now, if the Americans are going to get any more detestable, I don't think they can, but this goes to show how far they're prepared to go. Now, of course, you know that story that came out of the Iraq War, the first one with Kuwait, when the girl was brought in front of Congress, the Kuwaiti girl that said that Iraqi soldiers were taking babies out of incubators, leaving them on the floor to die. You know that bullshit lie they keep pushing, and it turned out to be complete bullshit, complete lies, complete rubbish. Well, yes, they're doing nothing different with Russia now. Apparently, to Michael McFaul is just as detestable as his buddy in crime, Lindsey Graham. He says this: "Thank you, Lindsey Graham, for inviting me to participate in today's hearing on Russia's abduction, indoctrination, and torture of 20,000 plus Ukrainian children." He's produced no evidence of this, of course. He just keeps saying whatever he wants for the sake of it because he wants to start a war with Russia. Their repatriation, is a national security imperative. It's a moral imperative. History will judge us by how we respond. I guess how history judges you respond when you destroyed Iraq, you destroyed Libya, you participated in the destruction of Syria, you gave the Taliban, Afghanistan back to the Taliban, leaving Osama bin Laden in Pakistan and not going after him. You're the same guys who hold the higher moral ground on this? You're the same guys accusing Russia of all these crimes, Putin of committing heinous crimes against the West, which is no shred of evidence whatsoever for this? None. The so-called Bucha massacre, we're still waiting for the evidence for that. The poisoning here in England, we're still waiting for the evidence for that. There's so many doubtful evidence that we've seen so far. Nothing's been clear on that, right? You come up with all this stuff. We just claim that these people have done all these things, but you do a lot worse than Putin's done. You've done a lot worse than Saddam's done. You've done a lot worse than what Gaddafi's done. You try to hold the higher moral ground on this by saying all these things in front of people and saying how great we are. When you put these people in power in the first place, you're more than happy to get along with them. You didn't mind the oligarchs plundering Russia. You didn't mind that, did you? Destroying Russian people's lives. You didn't mind Saddam doing all that to the Iraqi people and going to Kuwait at that point. You didn't mind all that first, until all those resources became under threat, the ones you want to steal from these countries. You plundered Iraq, you stole resources from that country. You plundered Libya, well, you tried to at least, but you failed. Right? You destroyed Afghanistan even more than it was before. You put the Taliban back into power there. Every decision you've made on foreign policy, especially for the last 25 years, has been dreadful. Just sit down and shut up. And unfortunately, there's too many stupid people out there in America, in the UK, and the rest of Europe who will buy this stuff. They keep lying through their teeth. They can't produce any show of evidence. They've got no credibility whatsoever. Say what you want about Russia, China, North Korea, you go for it. But stop buying these people's lies, because that's all they do. Every time their lips move, they lie.